morning, Mr. Chairman and members of this honorable committee. We are from the Financial Reporting Council. My name is Dr. Rabiu Olowo. I'm the Executive Secretary, CEO of the Financial Reporting Council.
Rabiu Olowo?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
That's where you should be. Financial Reporting Council is where you should actually be.
With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'll ask for my
That's why former Commissioner of Finance in Lagos.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what year was that?
Till last year, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, good afternoon, the honorable colleagues. My name is Musa Kabiru Jemaku. I happen to be Director of Finance and Account, Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria.
That's what you happen to be. Okay. Yes. Don't ask him that question. So I don't say something that can put him into trouble. Yes.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Good afternoon, honorable members. My name is Charles Odafe, Internal Auditor.
I, Rabi Olowo, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before the committee and all the documents that I will present before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So,
Mr. Olowo, I learned you are recently appointed into this position.
yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, how recent, please?
I was appointed on the 19th of October 2023.
That's not recent now. October long. Concerning the 2020 Auditor General's query. But I want you to take 2 minutes, please, and I'll tell you the reason. Just tell us something about your mandate as an organization. Just 2-3 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Colleagues, please, I want us to... Honorable Sekaf, please, let's listen to him.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity. At the Financial Reporting Council, we are the apex regulatory body for every activity that has to do with financial reporting, corporate governance, and our service is to public institutions, including private institutions, and it covers professions such as accountancy, audit, valuation, actuarial standards, every professional in the financial reporting cycle. And we also ensure that companies are well run by checking their indoctrination in corporate governance. All this put together is to ensure that there is investor confidence in the corporate and also government businesses. That is the mandate of financial.
Okay, what's your relationship with the Office of the Auditor General? Any relationship?
We do. They are one of our critical stakeholders, ensuring that because laws or guidelines that comes from the Office of the Auditor General is also one of the instruments that we use as part of our compliance review.
All right, so we have had instances where people, some signatories to audited accounts do not have this Financial Reporting Council number indicated on such document. What's the implication of that?
Every person that is to sign a financial statement must have the FRC number, meaning that the person must be a professional as defined by the FRC guideline and laws. And by so doing, it is until then that they will be able to sign any financial statement in this country. If they do not have the FRC number, they will be unable to sign any financial statement in this country.
So such document will be invalid.
Absolutely.
By implication. All right. Any other question, colleague, before we go into the reason why they are actually here? Yes.
Thank you. Did you say every person signing or every person preparing the financial statement?
So thank you very much for this question. So it is actually every professional that is in the financial reporting process, not only those who sign, but those who take part in the financial reporting process have to be registered with the Financial Reporting Council.
Usually, if they prepare financial statement, the head of agency will sign the report, do you say he must also have your number, your registration?
Absolutely.
So all the CEOs supposed to have?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay.
And in fact, they do have, most of them.
Okay.
So what happens to agency where they have an acting head and they need to sign? What happens to such agency?
So such agencies, whether it's public or private, they do apply for waiver. So we looked at the particular circumstance, and if found credible, we approve.
Okay, one other confusion that some of these laws have created, I just want your opinion on this, is on the timeline for the submission of audited accounts. By virtue of your own acts, I think it is June. Your acts stipulate June, if I'm correct, for submission of audited accounts by MDAs. The Fiscal Responsibility Act provides for March, and then Financial Regulation provides for May. So how do you deal with that?
So what we have tried to do is to harmonize all of these laws so that to lessen the confusion. But our revised act for 2023 actually gives a more practical insight into that, to saying that it is a month after the board had considered the account, which makes it more practical.
So if the board considers the account in November, then it's due in December?
Then that would be a corporate governance issue in itself.
No. I think it should be a legal issue. If you give that, people will abuse it.
That would be a corporate governance issue in itself, because the board has to sit, I think, minimum of 4 times
in a year.
In a year. So
yes.
In actual fact, the board has to sit down every quarter. So if they don't sit down that quarter, it's, it becomes a corporate governance.
I think we should actually have this thing. Amendment. It should be a constitutional matter. Submission of audited accounts. Or what do you think? We should have it as a constitutional matter.
It is already covered in the Nigerian Corporate Governance Code of 2018 that every company, be it private or public, should submit their accounts for the preceding year. A month after the board would have considered the account.
If the board meets quarterly and the chairman calls for a meeting in December of the last quarter, okay, then a month after that will be the January of the first quarter of the next year.
It is expected, sir, that the board meetings will happen every quarter.
This is exactly what I'm saying. If he meets at the last quarter, and assuming that the board chairman calls for that meeting in December,
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, sir. Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Akiosi, please, let's do one after the other. And then don't forget that they are here for a more serious business. So they have major queries with the Auditor General. So please, just 30 seconds, please.
Yes, sir. So you said, sir, hello? Yeah, you said anybody that does not have that number renders whatever document that he signs or appends his signature to invalid. Is there a sanction to such people or such officers?
Yes, sir, there's a sanction, and that's one of the critical responsibilities of the Financial Reporting Council, and we have been applying sanction to that.
Honorable colleagues, please, we can take this engagement out of that. This place is already getting too hot for some of us, please.
Chairman, I just wanted a clarification. From
Yes,
what you
seek the
said.
clarification, sir.
Sir, congratulations first. You did mention that there are laws that need to be reconciled. Which can you name them, and how do you think it can be done? And the areas of interest enable us to have a law that is holistic and self-proposed while it's established.
Thank you very much for the question. Like I said, we are the apex regulatory body when it comes to corporate governance. And as you are well aware, there are also sectoral regulators. For example, the CBN is a sectoral regulator for financial institutions, and they are also interested in corporate governance. So they also have their corporate governance guidelines and all of that. The same thing as the SEC, the same thing as NCC. they are also interested in corporate governance. So we have been having some discussions whereby we can have regulatory roundtable, whereby we can come together and harmonize our position under the corporate governance framework. And we've been doing that, and it's been quite a success.
You need the assistant of the National Assembly for it. Does it need an amendment to the act?
If we are encountering any problem, we would so escalate.
Look forward to having it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, honorable colleagues. Auditor General,
Issue 1.
you have 6?
Yes.
I can see only 2 here. It's 6. Oh, yeah. I didn't know.
Engagement of external solicitors without the approval of the Attorney General of the Federation, 10,200,000. Payment totaling 10,200,000 were made to some external solicitors for legal services involving the council. And 2, relevant evidences that the council sought and obtained the approval of the Honorable Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation before engaging and determining the fees to be paid to the external solicitors was not produced for audit. And the council response is that the council wrote to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation seeking approval to engage Messrs. Bola, Ajibola, and Co. Approval was given by the AGF, and we have attached it accordingly. However, the council debriefed Bola, Ajibola, and Co. when the services were deemed unsatisfactory. The council relied on the substituting approval to engage Set Age and Partners and Born Brave Solicitor. And the office now recommended that it should justify to this committee the engagement of external solicitor without the approval of the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation. And this will recover the same sum of amount to the Treasury and forward evidence of the remittance to this committee. Otherwise, sanctions relating to irregular payment prescribed in paragraph 3106 of the Financial Regulation FR 2009 so apply.
FRCN, answer to that, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is true that the council did not seek the approval of the Office of the Auditor General for this particular activity, and it was based on earlier approval that was sought in 2014. We attached it in our report. I was made to understand that it was on the basis of this that we thought that we could take this approval forward. But based on the audit, I think more insight has been provided. And for me coming in now, I am documenting this as a learning, and it will be part of our internal control improvements going forward.
Director of Finance, were you the one there as at the time of this engagement?
I'm just about 10 months to the council too. So I'm newly...
You were not in that position?
No, I'm not in that position. I was somewhere else. I just assumed about 10 months
ago. Do you have... what's your designation? Executive Secretary?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in the hierarchy, who is next to you?
I have 4 directors.
Oh, you just have directors. Oh, okay. You want to say something?
I'm so... You took my question, Mr. Chairman.
The gentleman, what's your designation again, sir? Oh, internal auditor. Okay, were you there when this engagement happened?
I was not the internal auditor, but I was in the council.
You were in what position then?
I was just a deputy manager.
At times, when you hear manager, you don't think it's a very big position, or it may be just... So what do we? They have admitted that that engagement was contrary to rules. The rule is that you should seek the approval of the office of the representative to engage an external solicitor. And how can they even that? In fact, that's one. How can they even assume that an approval to engage Mr. Adekunle Jamiu we cover the eventual engagement of Mr. How? Who? I mean, that's stretching the thing too much. Because the Attorney General's office will consider so many things before approving the request. Yes.
I think we are concerned about now the institutional memory because they are new in the organization. But this is an infraction by the procurement department on behalf of the whole agency. Can they tell us, or should we say the procurement officer and the director of finance, though he's coming late, he should come and give us feedback on this particular, with the procurement process that took place. The record must be there.
Yes, Honorable, but they have admitted that they don't have the approval. So what else would they bring? They said there's no such approval.
Chairman, I think it's equally
not
very
admittance,
important.
sir.
Sorry.
Sir, okay, leader, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I think it's equally very important that the office of the Attorney General be advised that when they are giving such approval for engagement of external solicitor, they put the specific request in it and saying, okay, you are giving approval to engage solicitor, so as requested by you. Because this approval is actually a blanket approval. They could change solicitors.
You said it's a blanket approval?
Well, the one I have here, dated 2nd of July, says, I'm directed by the Attorney General of the Federation to forward this approval in respect of the above subject matter. It is in respect of the subject matter and not with respect to the solicitor.
What document are you reading from, sir?
This is not page 2nd July. I think.
No,
I think this is very specific.
just a moment, too. You mean the letter from the Financial Reporting Council?
No, from the office of the Attorney General himself. The
It's
approval
where?
that is dated.
Now, but
No, it's an approval. That's the letter of approval.
No, sir. Approval subject to the request. And the request has prayers 1, 2, 3. Did you see the request, sir? It has prayers 1, 2, 3. The tenantship of Mr. Asbala Ajibala. Engage so confirm service of Dr. Fayvan, sir.
It's okay.
Yes, sir. We can't take the approval in in isolation. So we'll decide on what sanctions to apply. Because definitely there has been a violation.